I'm Dave First. We're here with Mike O'Gara, Vice President of Competition Race Engineering for IndyCar. And behind us, ladies and gentlemen, it is the now famous IR28. The countdown is on for 2028, and it's been interesting out of the outset to see the drivers come. We're coming to you, by the way, from the Dallara facility and Speedway, and the drivers, first time they see it, their eyes are wide open. It's like Christmas morning a little bit. You've lived that a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's been really interesting to see their first gut raw reaction to the car, and it's been really positive so far.
It is striking in person for sure. In your previous life, let's say, you're used to new car rollouts and the development of things like this.
Yep.
This is very much a different process than maybe fans are used to when it comes to an open test where you're pounding 30 laps, you come in for 5 minutes and you go back out.
Sure.
A little different process, right?
Yeah, we're really taking the crawl, walk, run approach with this car. There's a lot of new systems on it, and this is the only car that exists. So we've got to be a little bit careful with it, but testing this early in a car's maturity is kind of unheard of. It's breaking new ground for Dallara and IndyCar and the racing world in general. It's really unheard of to be testing a car a year and a half before you're going to race it, which is really nice. We have one car. We're testing systems. We're proving what we need to prove with it, and then once we tick all the boxes with Dallara and our partners, then we'll start production of the actual cars.
I'm reminded of the movie Ford versus Ferrari, and all the development. And this is exactly what you guys are going through, right?
For sure. Yeah, it's short runs initially. It'll be one lap, stopping, looking at data, getting some feedback from the driver, adjusting a few things, and then another run. And Dallara has a very regimented test list for us to go through, and it's very much driven by Dallara. You know, it's not these aren't OEM tests. These aren't team tests. This is Dallara wanting to prove their design on track.
Let's start a little bit about that. Dallara, what are they going to be looking for specifically over the next several months here?
Yeah, so IndyCar is laid out. We've been working with Dallara for a long time on goals for this car. There are some downforce and drag numbers that we're shooting for, and there are just some certain performance goals that we have set for. Benchmarks, I guess is a good term to use. So we're really looking to make sure that the simulations that Dallara has done, the wind tunnel testing, are matching up with the real car. Some cars never really see a racetrack before production.
Right.
It's a lot of computer simulation, computer design, and then out into production.
Then you go.
So having a real car on a real racetrack with real drivers and real setups is really a major thing for us.
Looking at the gearbox, brakes, obviously. Custom Axis has a new suspension, which everyone would be looking at and be very interested in as well, right?
Yes, it's sort of groundbreaking for this series and for racing in general. The setup that Custom Axis is going to have for us. It's a very wide range of options for the teams. I know there's a lot of speculation by teams because it's a departure from what teams have done. But Custom Axis has been in the racing industry for many decades, and we trust that they're going to deliver what we've laid out for them to do.
So we've got all of this development happening. Then on the other side, the OEMs, Chevrolet and Honda, are also developing 2.4 V6, right? So there's a lot of stuff happening at the same time. Their work is just as important, correct?
Exactly, yeah. So both OEMs have engines on dynos right now. The engine that's in this particular car isn't representative of anything that's going to run in 28. It's sort of just a mule test engine that we're running. But the OEMs are working on their 2028 spec engine. First quarter of 2027, they will have their own cars and put their own engines in those cars and start testing then. Sometime toward the end of the first quarter of 27, we'll have the new hybrid system to integrate. So we're sort of taking it step by step and trying not to bite off more than we can chew at this point.
It is a team effort, right? Bold, Helix working on the hybrid system. Then you got Chevrolet, Honda, Dallara. The partners really are endless when it comes to something like this. And really what makes something like a new car all the more amazing that it gets put together for a season in 2028, right?
For sure. You know, the first day of running will be this weekend. And we want to make sure all of our partners were there, but it's a very limited, closed test. You know, no team members. But then we look at the list of partners, and we have 50 or 60 people that are going to be there. People that have contributed, companies that have contributed between, like you said, the braking system, the gearbox, the electronic system on the car. So it's been it's taken a village to get us to this point now.
You touched on the aero a little bit. At some point very soon, there's going to be a second car. So then you start looking at wake performance, how the aero is optimized and all that. And that's a whole nother set of things you'll be checking boxes for, right?
For sure. And even before that, the car's going to go to wind tunnel in North Carolina wind shear. It's sort of the de facto wind tunnel. That's where everything's measured against. So later in August, the car will go there to make sure it's hitting all the benchmarks that we've laid out there and make sure it matches the Dallara wind tunnel, the Dallara simulations and all that, just like we're doing on the track.
Finally, safety was a big issue. Not issue per se, but something that definitely want to be addressed in the IR28. Hopefully we don't find out too soon how safe this is, but at some point, right? What impresses you about the safety elements on this car?
I think just the fact that everything we've learned, not just from the DW12, but since the history of open wheel racing, has all been integrated into this car. But the tub is stronger than ever before. It exceeds any FIA or current IndyCar regulations. It's wider. It's got more room, which affords more foam and more protection around the driver, but also a wider range of sizes of drivers as well. You know, obviously we've continued with the windscreen, and it's proven its worth already, right? So just integrating all these things into this new car is going to make the car even safer than with the current cars we have, but also I think make the drivers feel comfortable about doing these extra speeds that we're expecting.
And then we're maybe talking track records. Who knows?
Yeah.
But when drivers, just going back to that, they all come in here, they look at it, they speak about two things: how aggressive it looks, and is that, and how integrated everything. To your points on safety, which is Dallara's done an amazing job with this. So
yeah, I think so. You know, it's funny. The drivers have been asking for more room in the car for forever. We give them more room, and a lot of them say, "We're kind of uncomfortable in here. I've got so much. It doesn't. It's like It's like wearing a pair of pants that are too big or something." So, but even the couple drivers that have gotten in and sat in for just a minute immediately feel comfortable. The visibility's better. You know, in the current car, sometimes the visibility for the front tires or the front wing is difficult, but just the way this car's been laid out, they can sit a little higher, see some more stuff, and I think that's going to make for even being able to be more aggressive when it comes to passing and racing this thing.
All right, put your travel schedule ready. Get this thing going. Appreciate it. Michael Garrett from IndyCar. Testing is underway, on-track testing, and if you're lucky, maybe on-track testing at a track near you.
That's right. Thanks, Dave.